I have one of these pet peeves. Actually, I've got a few pet peeves, but a particular pet peeve of mine is when people who basically do not have your best interests at heart, who don't actually treat you with love, care, trust, and respect, who blow hot and cold, who pick and choose when they want to act like they want to be in your life, who basically act as if everything has to be on their terms. It really peeves me when those people turn around and say, nobody will love you better than I can. Are you flipping serious? So let me get this right. You don't want to be in my life. You don't want a relationship with me. You don't treat me with love, care, trust, and respect. Sometimes you call me names, or it might be that you basically say, oh, that I'm needy, or that I'm a pain in the ass, or I'm this, or I'm that. If I turn around and call you out on the fact that your behavior is inconsistent with somebody who is basically saying that they actually care about me and actually love me better than anybody else. No, that's jacked up. First of all, people who turn around and actually have the brass neck and the ego to turn around and say, nobody will love you better than I do, all while acting like a complete jackass in your life, or people who turn around and say, I am the one who loves you most. That's just plain old ridiculous. First of all, they don't have the right to turn around and tell you how much that you are loved by anybody on this planet. And what they are giving you a great insight into is how they see you and how they see you in relation to everything else that's going on in their life. They may have picked up on what they feel are clues that tell them that, hey, this person has so little regard for themselves and is so hungry for love and attention and affection that they are willing to be with me. And so that's kind of given me a sign that they obviously don't have other people around them who they think care about them more. Otherwise, why would they be with me? And they think to themselves, if they don't have those people, then in relation to that, I'm actually pretty much doing all right, even if I'm only showing up periodically in their lives, even if I'm blowing hot and cold, even if I'm acting like a complete ass-clown. It doesn't matter because relatively speaking, there isn't anybody else, certainly to my knowledge, there isn't anybody else who is basically treating them any better than I am. So, hey, I'm actually doing quite good. They may turn around and use information that you have told them so that you could turn around and be like, oh, my father wasn't around, my mother this, or I went through this particular experience. And they go, ding, 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 ding. Ooh, this person has got this sort of issues. Now, it might not be a conscious thing, but on some level, they work out that the fact that these things are there in your past and that you are still basically looking to them to be a presence in your life, in spite of the fact that they are inconsistent, in spite of the fact that they can actually be mean-spirited and miserly on occasion, they think to themselves, well, yeah, relatively speaking, I am the person who loves you most in the world. This is not love. One of the things you have to also recognize is that when people turn around and say stuff like that, it's not because they care about you. It's not because they have this great abundant love for you. It's because they're trying to control you. And it's like they want to have the relationship on their terms. They want to continue to be inconsistent, to be all flaky and blowing hot and cold, and 1 minute acting like they're your best buddy and inviting you out, and the next time being like, who are you? Why are you bothering me? Why are you being a pain? Why are you being needy? All these different types of things. But they want to keep a foothold in your life so that you don't actually turn around and say to yourself, actually, this isn't okay with me. I actually want to treat and regard myself better than anything that you're doing for me. And actually, I want to be open to finding a more loving, compatible, mutual relationship with somebody else, rather than waiting around for you to dignify me with your time while telling me, oh, this is the best that you can do, period. It's not. Don't allow anybody to tell you that their crappy treatment of you is the best that you're going to get, or that it's a sign of the best amount of love that you have out there. They're not the person who loves you most. They're the person that you need to get away from the most.